Alright guys, Mr. SFM here, showing you guys how to do the tensioner pulley 2002 to 2006 CRV. So you guys can see we're going to be replacing that right there. Okay, starts with taking off the two bolts on the beauty cover. Then what you want to do is you want to remove your power steering reservoir here. You take off these 10mm bolts holding on the aluminum housing for the hosing. Make sure you don't crack the hosing, just move it off to the side. Another 10mm hidden. Then you want to take your 14mm, you want to put it on the pulley release tension bolt, and then you want to pull it towards the front of the car to take off the serpentine belt. Just like so. It's a little awkward. So with one hand you hold it back, with the other hand you pull the belt off. Keep pressure on the belt, you don't want it to drop and lose the connection, how it's sitting on all the pulleys. You want to try and keep that so you don't have to do it later. You want to try and make this job as fast and quick as possible. So then once you have it off, you hold it with one hand. As you can see, I'm sliding a end of a hammer just for a quick second. Then I change my mind, grab a bungee cord, hook it to the buster bar, and then hook it to the belt just to hold it in place for the time being. Remember, keep tension. As you guys can see here, just putting it through the coolant hole. Then you want to put your breaker bar on, and you start removing the two bolts. There's only two of them on the power steering pulley, one on the top, and the second one you have to sort of feel for on the bottom underneath the pulley. I can't remember if these are 12 or 14mm bolts, but it's one of the two. So again, you just want to take your breaker bar and crack it loose. Just two bolts, one on the top, one on the bottom. There we go, that one's cracked loose. We can remove the breaker bar, and we can just slowly take it out by hand. So now we're going to remove the other one by hand as well, holding the power steering pump. We want to put these bolts somewhere where we don't forget. Then you want to pick up the power steering pulley and you want to just move it off to the side as much as you can. It might look a little different for you. Now you can see with the power steering pulley removed, you have access to two of the three bolts. Just secure it over there however you choose. Next we're going to move to the tensioner pulley now that we have access to it. There's three bolts. There's one in the middle, there's one on the bottom, and there's one on the side. So now we're going to crack the middle one loose, right in the middle. So boom, you can see it's cracked. Now we can remove our breaker bar. And now we move on to the next one, crack that one loose as well. And then the one in the back you can't get to because of the motor mount. So I'll show you what we'll do. Now we're going to put our jack underneath the side of the engine. We're going to get our impact gun. We're going to get our big boy extensions with a 17 on there, 17mm. And we're going to remove, while the motor is resting on the jack, and we're going to just remove those 17mm bolts and remove the motor mount and place it off to the side so we can get to that last bolt hiding underneath the pulley. As you guys can see, boom, that's the last one. You can't see me pull out the motor mount but because the camera was too far down, but basically I'm pulling it off right after I pull this last bolt off here. And with the motor mount removed, you can get to the final bolt underneath. So with the motor mount removed, now we grab the new pulley tensioner. There's one bolt there. That's the hard one to get to. As you guys can see, it's very dirty. So next what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna snug down all three of those bolts for this tensioner pulley, as you can see, and we're gonna do a nice quarter turn, not too tight because into aluminum housing. Next you're gonna take another breaker bar, push the motor away and install your motor mount back in again. As you guys can see, the camera died. Alright guys, so I was showing you guys this pulley tensioner right here, but of course the GoPro died. So now I'm just going to shoot this quickly. I showed you more or less, I feel I got on camera how to take it out. I'm just going to talk to you guys. I already have it back in here, which kind of sucks because I wanted to show you guys how to put it in. But I'm going to go ahead and explain it the best I can, just to summarize this video and finish it up, because like I said, the camera died. So let me show you guys real quick here. Okay, so we remember we were looking at this, you can see the color difference, what's new and what's old. So then once you've got your tensioner pulley in, you've got the 3 bolts put in on that, and they're all nice and snug down, and you quarter turn them so it's not too tight. You put this pulley back on right here with the 2 bolts, one underneath and the other one right here. You can see that bolt. Then again you snug it down the same way, and a quarter turn because it's going into aluminum housing. You don't want to turn it too tight. You want to get your 14 on the tensioner pulley bolt, which is right there that you just installed, with your breaker bar, and you want to pull it towards the front of the car. And then so one hand is holding that. It's a little tricky. And then once you unbungee your serpentine, you want to fit the serpentine back on the pulley, as well as the one underneath there, and you want to make sure that everything is lined up. You triple, quadruple check this shit out of this fucking thing, okay? Once that's all snugged in, this is all correct, you go ahead and just put everything back. Put this back, put this one back, and yeah, and then you've pretty much done it. So I have a video of me starting up the car I took on my phone because the camera died. I'll just throw that in the video. Alright guys, so here's me turning on the car, moment of truth. And as you can see, running smooth. There's no more jiggle on that seal there, and the wheel is nice and sturdy. And there you have it guys, that's it. Hope you guys learned something. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I might have to do another video explaining it again. I kind of messed it up, but Mr. SFM, just trying to help you guys out. This is the 2.4 liter 02 to 06, but actually there's, I think it goes all the way up to like, I think 07, 08, 09, 10, maybe 11, 12, somewhere up in there. All Hondas is same engine, so some Accords I think, and some other Acuras and shit, same shit. Anyway guys, same engine, that's how you do it. If you got anything from this, let me know. If you didn't, let me know too, and I'll make another video, okay, properly, and that's it. Peace.